A very, very warm and grand welcome to all the international delegates who all are present here from across the globe. I'm so happy to meet you all. And I am from India. I'm so happy to meet you all who are across the globe. You people are here and have joined this wonderful session where we are going to learn what exactly that sales training and learning and development will happen in a company, that too with the international standards, where it is going to help to drive the revenue. Because once again, I would like to tell you, as a sales training expert, learning and development expert, each and every single rupee or a dollar which is invested into training and development, it is not an expense, it is an investment. Yes, my dear friends, yes, for every delegates, I would like to say with a very strong and firm faith that every single rupee that where we invest, every single dollar where we invest in a company, in the training and development, in the sales training, or in any sort of the training and development issues, it is completely an investment and which will give us the ROI more than what we have expected. So, based on this wonderful start, I would like to introduce myself that I am Dr. Naveen. You can see my name. I am Dr. Naveen. From last 12 years, I have been into learning and development, sales training. My whole expertise lies in identifying the training needs, that is training need analysis, and also training need identification. After that, discussing with the business objectives and preparing the modules, developing the contents as per the needs of the business objectives to achieve the objectives and goals of the business. And then after preparing this particular modules, training those modules to the executives who all are there in the company. It might be new joinees, or it might be senior levels, mid level, or the junior level, or the new hirees, or the induction, whatever so it might be. So, based on these things, I will prepare the contents and then I will start implementing it with a training team. So, we will prepare the training schedule and then based on that, we will start the training. And after once the training slowly starts, then we will go with product training in the middle, like the process I'm telling. We will go with the product training, then we will go with the process training, then we will go with the payment training, how the payments will occur in the business. Once after getting the knowledge of the product, process, and payment, then we will take the executives to the OJT. After CRT, classroom training, we will take them to the OJT, on the job training. So in the on job training, we will go with usually call and wave mocks, or it might be demo sessions, it might be. So different businesses require different types of realms. So in that matter, we are going with in this manner. So after certain days, like 7 days of training or 15 days of training as per our plan, so we will keep one, we will conduct one particularly a certification session, a certification day where they have to clear that exam. In the meanwhile, we will be also taking, product knowledge based test, process knowledge based test, payment knowledge based test, and each and every step will have the tests, pre and post test, so that to understand whether the executives are understanding and imbibing the knowledge in the proper sense or not. So after considering each and every step, then we will also go with the call audits. Then we will also go with the demo sessions audits. And after that, we will certify them. And in the certification, we have a certain criteria that they have to complete that criteria. And once after completing that criteria, the people, the who are the new joinees or in the induction, they will get into the floor and they will start directly pitching to the customers. So now, once after they start, we will be having the ramp up time. You might be knowing this, right? So once after the executive is on the floor and until he makes his first sale, so that ramp time, what we consider. So within that time, we will be expecting that it should happen as early as possible, as the sales executives or as the sales training managers. We will be expecting the same thing to happen always. So once after the completion of our certification, once the executive starts their work, after a few days, we will start with the performance metrics. We will check out the performance metrics with the CRM softwares, Salesforce softwares. With all these things, we will try to get the different sorts of percentages. It might be call to demo percentages, demo to conversion percentages, or it might be the whole sales funnel. Once if the sales once the lead enters into our sales funnel from the step one, then we will have the initiation call at the beginning. Then the after the second in the third step in the sales funnel, we will try to understand what exactly the pain points and the needs of the customers are there. And then after that, in the fourth level, we will try to pitch our products. But as a sales training manager or as a sales training expert and learning and development expert, I would like to tell you, for all the international delegates who are sitting here, my vision and my idea is not to sell the product at all. Yes, as the sales training people who are sitting here, or it might be learning and development people who are sitting here, I would like to tell you, we should never sell any product. Yes. Why? Because nobody will purchase the product and nobody is interested to purchase any product. But we have to sell the solutions. First, we have to go with the need analysis, exactly the pain points of the customers and what exactly their pain points are there. Based on that, we have to give them the solutions for their pain points. Then only our sales will happen very easily. So this is the so simple technique. And if I want to clarify this still more easily, thank you. Thank you so much, John. Thank you so much. I'm getting the comment of a John from US. So he's saying that it's a wonderful idea. Yeah, thank you so much. And if I continue, what I would like to tell you, the next one is very simply, I will tell you. So say, for example, this is the customer where he is standing and this is the dream where he has to reach, right? So now in between, in the middle, there is a gap. That gap is itself is known as our product. That means the solution. A person who is here, who is dreaming of to reach here, for him, we will give the ladder. So that ladder is our product. So this is how we have to work. So based on this particular idea, see, we have been doing all these performance metrics analysis, certification analysis, trainers, roster calendar preparation, everything. But let me also tell you one of the best the learning and development techniques that we have been following since many years, that I'm going to share the screen and I'm going to help you out with my personal practical experiences that I faced. And let me walk you through this complete PowerPoint presentation, which will help you to understand each and every bit of this wonderful session. Okay. So here, what I would like to tell you, yes. Let me, yeah. I hope my face is also visible for you in the proper sense, and this screen is also visible, right? Okay. So once again, the international conference which we are in. So we are going to discuss about the international approaches to sales, training, and learning, right? So especially our main motto in this whole conference, the international sales approach, in that the major pain point, the major pinpoint, what we are going to consider is driving the global revenue through the talent development. Yes, guys, I would like to tell you here, we are not only focusing upon the training. Here we are going to focus upon the revenue of the whole business. Why? Because usually I have seen many of the times that usually the HR people or the business CEOs, the business people, they think that the investment on the training and development is just an investment or it's an expense. But this is not correct, my dear friends. This is not correct. Why? Because I feel every single dollar or every single rupee or whatever the currency you might be in which country. So whatever the single rupee that we are investing on the training and development, it is the investment for the business. And trust me, if rightly we are going to plan the training and development and this L&D properly, we will be helping each and every rupee or the dollar will be converted into the ROI of the business, which will increase exponentially in the coming days. So for that, I will tell you what are the major steps and strategies that we have. So here we are going to start. Okay. So in this international conference, once again, I would like to welcome all the international delegates who are present here. So in this whole session, what we are going to see, I will be a bit fast and crisp also. If you have anywhere, if you want to ask any questions, the chat box is open. You can ask me. I will answer you for those questions. So first one, what we are going to check is that is training models, that is Kirkpatrick and ADDIE model. So you might be knowing this is the very important and very famous model that in the global level, what all the types of training designs or what all the trainings that we design, it will be based on Kirkpatrick and most of the times ADDIE model itself, which will help us to increase the ROI, return on investment, with a real business impact. So after that, I will walk you through the instructional design with ADDIE in practice. Then the third one, sales training for customer executives. If you have customer executives in your company, so how we can convert them only as the sales executives, that also we can check it out. Then we will go with driving sales via training, how we can increase the revenues by doing the training, and how we can increase the sales so that revenue gets increases. So that we will check it out. Then we will start we will try to understand what is the exact difference between feedback and versus coaching, likewise teacher versus facilitator. Then in the sixth module, we are going to see conversion rates and throughput targets. In seventh, preparing the training calendar, which is bit a time taking for us to plan exactly how and when what type of training is going to happen, so that and how to allocate the budgets in the proper sense, that also I'm going to help you out with the proper knowledge. Then trainer management and development, performance metrics, and self assessment of a training managers. For us also, we should have a performance metrics for ourselves to see whether we are achieving from the last performances to this performance or not. And then obviously the performance metrics of our trainers, beloved trainers I should say, and beloved sales executives, customer executives, or any of the trainings whatever you are handling in the L&D. Last one, I will also give you some of the hypothetical scenarios, and also interview readiness, what all the things that you should be knowing, so that you will be very easily cracking any sort of these type of questions or the problems that might occur in your work area. Okay, so here let me walk you through this Kirkpatrick module. So guys, I'm just trying to tell you here, as this is our module 1, we all know, right? Kirkpatrick means how this 4 levels of training evaluation goes on. So basically, what I would like to say is the Kirkpatrick model is completely that we have to take this training not only constrained to the classroom scores, right? But we have to take out from this classroom scores to the business impact, especially in sales driven environments, right? So that is what exactly we want. So if I want to say 4 levels of training evaluation, so what are those 4 levels of training evaluation as per the Kirkpatrick model? So already L1, L2, L3, L4. Already it is on the screen also. So I will go with some examples because it is very essential to understand. Why? Because see, L1 means that is reaction, right? Reaction means exactly we have to try to identify the trainee satisfaction and how much he is engaged after our training. That comes under L1, that is reaction. L2, already learning. Learning means what? We already know that. There is no need for me to ask you or tell that, because this is our work, that imbibing the knowledge, imbibing the skills, so that we can gain the power. We can give the power to the trainees and we can earn the power by earning the revenue. Am I right? So, and L3, that is behavior. So, in behavior, like on the job, how a particular executive or how a particular trainee is implementing whatever the thoughts, whatever the knowledges that we have given him or imbibed in him. And L4, that is results, which is very, very important for every single business, right? So it might be, we can measure the results in the business impact, in sales wise, in customer satisfaction wise, the score we can keep for that, revenue models, right? So why it matters? Let me tell you why it matters, because that links training to the measurable outcome, right? So only it should not happen like only we are giving the training and we are not receiving any results itself. That should never happen, right? So we should have a proper measurable measurements so that we can see whether our training method is working or not. So if I want to take you to the next one, how I implement the Kirkpatrick in my working nature or in my places, wherever I go for the work. So with my personal experience, I will tell you. So I have kept the practical report also, that what I experienced in the in one of the US project, or it might be UK project. So I have just included one practical report also with proper data, so that you can see that. So here what I'm going to tell you is, see, this whole surveys and the tests, whatever that we give, they are learned by the trainees. But if I want to say, what exactly the business wants is the revenue. And that revenue can only be measured with the audits and the cohort metrics, right? With these metrics, when they perform and prove that, then only we feel that, yes, our training has got successful. Am I right? Yes or no? Yes or no? All the delegates, I would like to ask you people. And in the middle, I will be asking you the questions. I want complete involvement with you all. So can you share your, yeah, I have connected with my another device. So you can share me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Yeah. So Michael is saying that this is what Kirkpatrick model. The implementation of this is itself very tricky, and it takes more time. He's saying, but yeah, it is the matter of the experience. It is the matter of the way that how much experience you get into this. So once if you get the proper experience, by doing one after the other projects, so you will be very easily doing this. So let me go walk you through the next PPTs ideas, that how I usually measure these four things, that is reaction, learning, behavior, and results. So in reaction, what I will do is, usually I will go with the short pulse surveys. That means like some sort of 5 questions will be there, where we will be identifying whether the target, we will keep the target also for that NPS, like a net promoter score, more than or equal to, it should be 4.2 out of 5, so that we can understand that yes, our reaction was good after the this results when we see. So this is how I usually measure. So may I know like how you people will measure this reactions at the reaction stage? Yeah, George. Yes. Okay. Nice, nice. I'm seeing a huge response from you all, that you people are saying different ideas that which you have. Obviously, it should have, because every business is different, and based on the business itself, we will divide or differentiate our way of taking this training. So let me go for the next one. That is learning. Usually, learning, how we will assess, that is pre and post tests with the 10 questions, or else role plays. We will make them to do the role plays and all, and there they should get merely the knowledge lift should happen more than or equal to 30%, so that we can say that yes, this learning was impactful. Then the behavior, how we will do. So obviously we will do call audits. It might be more than or equal to 30 calls. Usually a sample executive will take out, and then we will listen to his call, and then we will try to help him with the feedbacks and grow techniques, so that we can help him to imbibe the new things. So we will also manage coaching logs and all. So at the end, results, in the results we will analyze the cohort analysis we will do, where revenue is the major part. How much revenue we got earned, and how many conversions we got in this particular month. Customer satisfaction rate or the score before and after the training, or if you can say like before and after the 90 days or 60 days or 30 days, you can keep on one particular time frame and then you can check it out. So with my personal experience, you can see whenever that I'm explaining you the practical experience of my own, what happened in the past. So it will be in the for star model. You might be knowing already star model. That means situation, task, action, and result. So situation means, you can see, so there was a situation which occurred when I was working, that conversion stuck at 12% after the product training. So it was not going ahead. So what I did was I took a task. The task was to prove this training impact, that, and also to close this skill gap where the product training, after the product training, this 12% is not going ahead. Why? So that was the task. So what all the actions that I took? The actions what I took was in different levels. Again, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 of the Kirkpatrick model. So in L1, the pulse model, what I told, like I went with some sort of, short questions and answers. So there I usually my scoring card will be 4.2, equal to or more than 4.2 out of 5, but it was 4.1 we reached. In L2, that is pre and post knowledge, the knowledge got increased by 8%. It is little bit low only what I expected, right? But still, it's okay. But where exactly the implementation happened was in L3 and L4. You can see call audits happened. There we identified weak objections. So whenever the objections were receiving by the customers, the executives were not able to come up with the proper answers, because of which I launched 2 week objection lab. 2 week just objection lab. So daily we started doing the role plays. Daily we started doing the role plays, rubrics, everything. We started improvising that. So because of which we in the L2, target was usually more than or equal to 30%. But in the L3 call audits, what we did, and the role plays, what we did for the next 2 weeks, the executives developed in such a wonderful manner, because they came to know exactly what practical problems they were, receiving on the floor, and how to cater that. So there, the conversions started happening. You can see the conversion. It got increased from 12% to 9%, 19%. That is plus 7 pp percentage points, right? Then customer satisfaction rate, that was 78% previously. After that, this particular 2 weeks training, it was 85%. And this was my achievement, my dear friends. I would like to say this was my achievement. So I'm so grateful that everything, whatever I feel like, whatever I want to do, it happens with me, that universe's blessings. Yeah. Then ramp time also, you can see it got reduced to 10 days. That means once the sales executives hits the sales floor, within within less than 10 days or 9 days, he started making his first sale. So that was really a direct business ROI, right? So which was achieved. So thank you for everyone. Jessica, thank you. Isabel from Italy. Thank you so much. Anyway, yeah, I would like to go ahead. So why I'm showing you all these things, because here the data, whatever the the learning or the behavioral changes, objection handling, whatever the things that are there. So if we go with the daily role plays, right? When we go with the daily role plays, the conversion was increased by 7 percentage points, right? And the ramp time came 10%, 10 days down. So this is what the impact actually we got. So this is what, again, I would like to say, training is essential for a business. Learning and development is essential for a business. And even sales training is also essential for a business, right? So let me walk you through the next important the topic, that is instructional design. That too with ADDIE in, ADDIE model, ADDIE in practice. Okay. So what do you mean by ADDIE? So all you know already. Yes, this all the names you might be knowing. How to implement this, that you might be understanding. So it will take time, and you can do that. Don't worry. So if I go to the next one, ADDIE. So in ADDIE model, what happens exactly? See, ADDIE is my go-to framework. That means I usually ensure a structured training where we can measure and align each and every training sessions with the business KPIs. Getting my point? So when we have that key performance indexes and we are reaching that KPIs, then obviously each and every goal can be achieved. This is what my personal experience. So in instructional design with the ADDIE model, ADDIE practice, ADDIE, that's always already it is in front of you. Analysis, analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. So what exactly it is showing for us? That is, this is the framework to link training with the KPIs and with the ROI. Once again, this whole ADDIE practice is because linking the framework of our training with the KPIs, key performance index of the business, which will drive the ROI, return on investments on the training. Getting my point? So ensures structured rollouts and measurable outcomes. How? So I will show you next how we can measure the exact outcomes in this particular model. So how usually I run the ADDIE models? You can see analysis. So usually what I do is I will take 10 to 15 participants and then I will validate whether what type of KPIs are exactly required, and based on that I will do four types of analysis. This analysis and the evaluation at the end. So first I will just take one example. This is analysis usually like it might be one page training, that is in brief. It might be because it might be for the audience related, KPIs related, baselines related, anything. So based on that, I will prepare one page training brief. Then I will design. What I will design? I will design what are the smart objectives that exactly we want to achieve, and what is the assessment blueprint that we have to use so that we can understand whether our training module is being implemented in the proper sense or not. Then third step is development. How I do is usually in the development area, that is what the major area where we will use storyboards, three micro learning clips, like short micro learning clips, and facilitator guides we can use. And the last one, the implementation, that is pilot cohort. So usually 10 to 15 representatives we will take, and then trainer to trainee, what exactly the knowledge that have to be imbibed in how many days, everything in the will be calculated as per the trailing calendar, and rollout calendar also will prepare. So based on this evaluation of each and everything, so in L1 and L2, based on the Kirkpatrick model also, if you see, immediate survey plus tests will happen usually. In L3 we will do audits every 30 days or 60 days once, and in L4 you can see ROI, that after 90 days or 60 days what is the ROI that we are achieving, so that we usually assess, right? So in the practical report you can see what is the exactly situation that occurred in my when I was handling the session, when I was into the working. So that was like, again, in the star format I would like to say situation, task, action, result. So the situation was like this: after the classroom post test, in the classroom it was 40% increase in the classroom test, but on the floor performance was not happening at all. That much of increase was not there. So at that time what I did was, like, I built a transfer plan for the whole classroom to the floor. Okay, what was the actions that I took? So the actions I have already included here. So I piloted ADDIE with live call shadowing. So I started ADDIE, that once again ADDIE, analysis, design, development, and implementation, that I implemented in the live calls itself. So because of which every call was analyzed, designed properly, developed in the areas where it is lagging behind, and we implemented the proper solutions. So because of which we started increasing in the revenues. In the second one, you can see manager also, one-on-one coaching also I started giving to the trainers as well as our sales executives. I helped them with one-on-one coaching, how to do it. And 7 days LMS reinforcement also we did it, so that we can understand how much knowledge is retained in the executive's head, right? So ultimately the result what we achieved was quality assurance compliance reported as 18% increase in the quality. So this is what, again, one of the achievements that I would like to say, dear friends. So up to here I hope everybody is clear with both the modules, like Kirkpatrick module and the second one, ADDIE module. Can anybody, if you have any questions, you can ask any questions in the chat box. Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you. Ahmad from Middle East. Yeah, I know. You are from Middle East. You told me previously. Thank you so much. And Jean from France. Good, good. Nice, nice. I'm so happy. From every different countries, you people have joined here, and I'm so grateful for you all. And yeah, you can understand, and we can develop our training modules like this slowly one by one. So let me take you through the this next schedule again. So there is a sales training for customers executives. Usually, every business will ask like how we can develop the sales training for the customers executives, because every time hiring the new people, doing the induction, it will be a bit problematic or challenging for most of the businesses. So at that time, what they will do is you people will ask such type of ideas, that where customer executives will only how we can convert them only as the sales executives, or both the works how they can do, right? So for that, again, I would like to say we can go with the ADDIE model again. That what we did, analyze, design, development, evaluation and implementation. So with this model only we can go, through which again we can measure proper ROIs as per the business KPIs. Okay, so what exactly this, how we can do this, how we can train the sales training, give to the training for the customers executives. So our goal is completely we have to convert this service interactions into revenue opportunities. This is what our goal is all about, right? Am I right? So now what we will do is we have to identify the customer experiences, so that when the customer experiences is good, when we understand their pain points, and when we are helping them properly, trust me, these executives will only be capable of doing sales very easily, because they will have the sales effectiveness in their talks, because they can understand the pain points of the customers very thoroughly. So because of which we can build the confidence in the say customer executives, we can structure and close the skills as per the business needs again. So our complete focus will be on this itself, how we will implement this, right? So I will give you very simple and wonderful technique of a 4 week high touch program. So usually, right, in the training we will follow this high touch low touch, right? 4 week high touch program I'm giving you directly in this conference. So week one, what we can do is we will do, completely work upon our product mastery, where we will imbibe the skills and knowledge completely about the product, our own product of the company. And we discover the skill gaps also, wherever the skills it is required to be implemented or imbibed. So there we will identify, and we will take some sort of pre-tests and post tests to identify whether the training was fruitful or impactful or not. So this is completely what we will do in the week one. Week two, what we will do is we will go with the perfectly on the spot, on the job, what all the objections that sales executives they are receiving on the floor. Based on that, we will create the role plays in the classroom. That is again once again important, my dear friends, because unless we give them the knowledge exactly how the objections are coming, how to handle those objections in the classroom, they will be not capable of handling it properly on the floor, right? So second thing is in week two completely we will be focusing upon this itself. And trust me, for the customer executives, it will be easy, because they already know how to assess, how to ask, how to pitch the, how to get to know what exactly pain points that they have. Based on that only, they will take the pain points and they will clearly, give the solutions for them. So this is how we usually manage to make it happen. So if I go further, conversion and negotiation plus live shadowing, right? So usually what happens, let us not directly jump into the conversion. Conversion will happen. Conversion is the usually I used to say that conversion, don't focus upon the conversion, focus upon the process. If our process is perfectly going well in each and every step, then 101% at the end, our solution will be easily achievable, right? So conversion will happen for very sure. And the negotiation will also be very easy for us. And with all these things, conversion or negotiation, we can also do the live shadowing, because of which we can improvise their skills still more in the week three. And in the week four, we can also give them the certifications once after getting the proper percentage, that is like more than or equal to 80% of rubric, so that we can certify them and we can send to them to the sales floor, and with the proper acceptance of the manager, right? So in certification criteria, once again for the customers executive especially, I am telling you, as this is not a test, certification is not at all a test for us. This is a readiness guarantee that this customer executive is perfectly ready for hitting the floor, where he is going to directly sit with the customer and he can sell the product. And he just is not selling the product, he is giving this product as the solution for the pain points and the problems of the customers. Getting my point? And here what we are seeing again, like more than or equal to 80% he has to achieve, along with the manager's validation, he will hit the sales floor, right? Now, how the certification criteria should happen? So it will be like with the skill areas, whatever the skill areas that we have figured out. So usually I figure out, right, if I use skill areas where we have to focus upon, that is discovery part, where exactly they are lacking and lagging behind. So that we have to discover first, then we have to pitch the product, then objection handling, then the negotiation and closing. So here, when the discovery comes, so here both the things in both the ends, the discovery should happen. First one is the customer executive has to check out in himself that where he's, where he is lagging behind and all. Second thing is in the customer, what is the pain points and what is the need analysis that he has to have, and what he is expecting to have for where he is standing right now and where he wants to reach. So both the things we have to bridge it with a proper ladder. So that is what the first important thing that we have to focus upon. Then second one is, we have to score threshold. So the score threshold, I told you, more than or equal to 80%, not less than this. Otherwise, the refresher training will happen again and again until and unless every single candidate, every single executive is achieving this score or not. Because until and unless he achieves this, we can't confirm that, right? So third one is assessment. In the assessment, we will go with the live role plays plus shadowing validation, right? And at the end, manager finally he will give the readiness certificate to the customer executive. So in this practical report, I would like to say once again in the star table mode, situation, task, and action result. How usually I say. So once what happened, no, in my one of the UK project when I was handling, so counselors were lacking, structured closing techniques. There was no any proper structure for the closing techniques. So because of which there was low demo to conversion rates. So because of which the task what I took was to build some structured closing, closing call format, or you can say demo format, where all the objections were properly mentioned and what all the answers that we should go, along with the competitor analysis also. So this task was built. So because of which action was taken. What was the action? You can see clearly that I have mentioned here. The action which I was taken was like 4 week we went on with the high touch program, training program, weekly 10 minutes LMS nudges we did, where every day, every week we went on with some sort of learnings every week. Every day also some micro learnings were there, and manager collaboration, calibration with the rubrics was also happening. So because of which all these things, high touch programs, LMS, using all these manager one-on-one sessions, call audits and all, because of which this role play has helped me to increase the pass percentage by 85%, my dear friends. Yes, this is once again the achievement, that what I should say, that again, when we focus properly on the process and do it properly, so we can achieve anything and everything. This is what I would like to say. So until here, if you have any doubts or any problems or anything to say, you can ask me the questions, or else I will start with a new module where after these three models, Kirkpatrick, ADDIE, and customer executives training. So I will go to the next very important module where you will